Alright, so I'm Steph.
I'm Allie.
I'm Emily.
I'm Maeve, and we're all nursing majors, and this is Baby Blueprint. So here's our problem. There's more infants dying in the United States than any other 27 developed nations, yet the United States spends the most money on healthcare. The US is ranked 51st internationally for infant mortality, indicating that less developed countries show more successful births. When specifically discussing the rate of infant mortality, the US is ranked 32nd out of 35, averaging 5.9 deaths per 1,000 live births. So we composed 8 months of research on the city of Lawrence. Through that time, we saw a relation between low income and low access to prenatal care and a high infant mortality rate. Based on these shocking statistics, we saw an opportunity to make a difference in our local community and potentially nationally through this Difference Makers competition. Yeah, thank you. So we also saw an opportunity within the lowest income areas in Massachusetts, including Springfield, Holyoke, Lawrence, and even our own community of Lowell. In Lawrence, 26% of individuals are living in poverty. 25% do not receive adequate prenatal care. 9% of these babies have a low birth weight, and 10.6 of these infants, 10.6 of infant mortality per 100,000 persons was the infant mortality rate. So we saw low income with low access to prenatal care subsequently caused the high infant mortality rate. In Lawrence alone, Lawrence receives or has the highest infant mortality rate. Most babies will not see their first birthday than any other city in Massachusetts. After speaking with the YWCA Teen Parenting Program, low-income mothers, 92% of the mothers responded that they would benefit from our Difference Makers program. The March of Dimes, that's a program that currently exists. They provide face-to-face service, but in group settings. While Planned Parenthood over there, they provide prenatal education as well as women's health services, but only as a fee-for-service. So these two groups only target a small population, showing a need for another way to access prenatal education. Thank you.
So Baby Blueprint would be tailored to the masses. We would provide free access to prenatal and postnatal education to low-income parents in the form of modules and webinars. We want it to be at a 4th grade reading level and in multiple languages. We have worked with Carter's, Target, Walmart, Old Navy, and Trader Joe's for our senior community project, and they provided us with donations for the YWCA Teen Parenting Program, and they provided clothes, diapers, food, toiletries, self-care items for the mothers and their children. We want to funnel users to tailored programs like Planned Parenthood, March of Dimes, Head Start, and the YWCA through links on the website. We have spoken with the YWCA Teen Parenting Program, and they reported that 62% of them would be interested in a community network. So we would also want to create a forum for discussions and questions for the low-income parents, and they can make their own sense of community through the website. We want to work with socially responsible investors like Carter's, Market Basket, Target, and provide an incentive for completing the educational modules on the website, like a coupon or a discount or a small gift card. We have wanted to make a Baby Blueprint Club on campus so students can talk with investors, make community connections, and run the website. We also, with our solution, we want to remove barriers to accessing adequate prenatal, like transportation, time, cost, and insurance. So as 5 nursing majors, we know that we need to work with computer science and business majors so we can get our website up and running. With the Difference Maker Idea Challenge funding, we would use that to create our website. Our estimated $5,000 of spending would create the website, be used to consult a health professional, any business materials we may need, marketing help, and liability insurance and copywriting our brand. We also want to work on this project after we graduate, and we want to mentor other students who have an interest in family health as well. And that's it. Thank you.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question about, have you thought through how these moms and dads would access the web? Or is it on their phone? Do they have access to phones?
You want me again?
Sure.
So We went to the YWCA Lawrence for with the teens at the teen parenting program and did our community project with them about maternal nutrition. And we got into a really good discussion with them, and they said that because they're at the YWCA, they have like people to watch their kids for them. So if we implemented it through the YWCA, Head Start, and Parenthood, they can access it through those programs.
Yeah, they have computers, obviously.
Yes.
So, and someone to babysit, which is, I think,
Yeah.
yeah, very good.
So you, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Work on it.
You mentioned a fourth grade reading level. Where
Yes.
was that obtained from?
No. So fourth grade reading level, during our classes as nurses majors, we have known that throughout the United States that if the education is, say, at a high school level, people who may have dropped out of high school or don't have the time to go to high school, drop out, a lower reading level is more adequate for accessing the health information, more easily understandable. So we're not going to talk about like
Use
like
medical
terminology.
Right,
Right.
so it would be in layman's terms. so that
Yes,
they could
Exactly, and
understand.
the average in the United States is around a fourth grade reading
Okay.
level. That's where we chose the fourth grade from.
Thank you.
And just as an aside, you would get good backup for that. A lot of newspapers, like the Post or the Daily News or the Herald, they cater to a junior high or lower reading level, so you could easily answer with a question like that.
Yeah.
You did a great job with the facts and really solid, knocking out of the park, like persuading us to say, hey, you know, like there's an issue here, and it's not just a national issue, but it's a local issue, and even better, it's a city issue, like our sister city in Lawrence as well as Lowell. How you haven't yet like persuaded us that like, or me, I don't want to speak for us, that your target audience will start to use this site. Like, what are the current online tools that they are using, and how do you know all of a sudden they're going to go to your website? You're asking us to make a leap of faith.
Yep.
So March of Dimes, they are a program that currently exists. They're only face-to-face, so that causes like a lot of mothers, sometimes they can't get to a facility through transportation, busy schedules, and so there isn't really a website that currently exists. There is a Planned Parenthood website, there is a March of Dime website, but it doesn't have really in detail the education. So that was where our idea came from. It doesn't seem like there's only face-to-face or fee-for-service programs that are available. And so we wanted to make this access available to all low-income and mothers who don't have the education that we have right now. And so that's where we're kind of having the website idea. We're hoping that this website will allow these mothers to get the education that they need. And with that education, we may see a decrease in infant mortality.
Can I just follow up? So,
Yes.
I agree with everything you just said, but you still have asked us to take a leap of faith, right? Like, so one of the things, you can get like some good traffic reports online, like Google it, or you could go to Families First in Cambridge. They do some of the similar stuff that you do. They educate educators, and you could ask them what their traffic reports are. You could look at keywords and see the cost for keywords through Google Ads and get a sense of what people are paying for certain words that you would associate with prenatal. Maybe they don't use that word, or I'm going to have a baby or something.
Yes.
And you would get a sense for traffic. That's more persuasive than saying, this is a really good idea and it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, like an online foot massage doesn't exist either, but like, that's a leap of faith if you expect us to go and use it.
Yes.
So we talked with the teen moms at the parenting program, and they were very, very like susceptible to wanting to use the website. We like implemented a survey too, and I think it was 92% said they would be interested in using a site like that. And then with the incentives, then they would help like incent them to want to complete the educational. So then the educational modules, that way they can like go out and buy diapers for their kids or clothes or formula, that kind of thing.
So one of the issues that I didn't hear mentioned that contributes to infant mortality in the Lawrence area as well as Lowell is the opiate crisis, drug addiction, alcoholism, contributing to low birth weights, premature births and deaths. But I didn't see any indication that there were services on the website or this app that would allow parents, mothers primarily, to access help.
Well, that's a really good idea. We could actually
Add that.
add that, yeah.
We didn't really think about, we know a lot of people are doing the opioid crisis, but we didn't really think about adding the opioid epidemic into different spaces.
Yeah, so
I
we
think
could like
that'd be a,
provide links, like the way we would provide them to Planned Parenthood, we could provide them to links like AA or, I forget what
Clinics,
the,
like
yeah,
the
clinics or
clinics.
Learn to Cope. that kind of
Right,
thing.
I think some of the concerns that were discussed, such as the infant mortality, you know, not having a child reach their first birthday,
Yeah.
contributes a lot to the mother's habits prior to, you know,
Mhm.
while she is pregnant.
Yes.
As I recall, you mentioned in your handout that you were going to also look at providing information in Spanish.
Yes, so the multiple languages part, 77% of the residents in Lawrence are Hispanic, so that's where we got that idea from too, because that kind of correlates with the low income too and the low education. So the multiple languages helps everybody to access the free education and not just people who speak English.
And I also saw in your pricing of what you need for resources, $2,000 for the website, but what about for the creation of the videos? Because if now you can offer them in English and Spanish, has that been factored into your dollars?
Yeah, that's with the 2,000.
So 2,000 to both create the website and also to create the
Yeah.
educational,
Videos or webinars.
and that seems a little low to me.
Low.
Yeah.
So is it Squarespace or yeah, that we've already kind of like done mock-up websites and it's about like $60 a year or something to just maintain the website. So like most of this, like $1,000 of spending would go towards creating the modules.
Okay, 1,000, okay. One of the groups that I'm involved with, which is Care Academy, they create tutorials for people caring for old folks. They spend $5,000 a video.
Oh, okay.
So just to kind of give you a sense that it could be a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just want to investigate that a
Yeah.
little bit?
Yeah,
So you
absolutely.
ask for
Definitely.
what money you need
Mhm.
upfront. Maybe it is 10,000 that you're
Yeah.
looking for, not 5 to
Yeah.
start with, because you'll do a few of these to test it out.
Mhm.
Right.
I've owned 3 website development and digital ad agencies, and you're correct, $2,000 is low, particularly if you want to differentiate yourself. So if you ever wanted to have a cup of coffee and talk about it, I'll walk you through, like, here's what you need, here's how you can differentiate yourself, here's how to create like the primary transactions and use cases and all that stuff. But you may want to consider framing your web effort into saying our objective is to use something like this modest kind of platform-based website to cater to a particular group at the YMCA. And our goal is to get 100 people to use it, then to go to sponsors and get $25,000 to build a decent website. And that would probably sell, right? And then you could go to places like Enterprise Bank or Citizens Bank and they'd be like, oh, this is compelling, I will give you $1,000. So think about starting small with that website,
Okay.
because you're not going to help 10,000 people
Yeah.
with a $2,000 website.
Okay.
And so, just because you wouldn't have the content and you wouldn't have the usability that
Yeah.
that you're kind of in your brain dreaming of, but that you will get for $2,000.
And that's why we would network with computer science and business majors, help us out with that aspect, because nurses, we kind of were a little lowly educated on the website
And I think
creation
what
part.
Gwen's reinforcing is that someone like him can help you
Yeah.
strengthen your pitch, because
Absolutely.
there are some people for whom $25,000 is nothing.
Mm.
They give you that check, but they want to see that you have sort of a sensible plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why this is a little too modest
Mhm.
for reaching
Yeah.
large numbers. But if you have the game plan, you'll get the money.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
So quick question. I think you guys did a great job. It's a great cause.
Mhm.
I like what you presented. Have you thought about who would be opposed to this?
You're talking about like companies that would be
Well, it could
opposed
be,
to?
I mean, it could be the existing healthcare community, it could be YWCA, it could be March of Dimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, we would want to funnel them to the tailored programs like that. So we would like provide links and like advertisements on the website to like further educate themselves with those programs.
Okay.
So we'd be kind of like a starting point for them, and if they get all the education that they think they need, then that's great. But if not, then we can, as Steph was saying, funnel them to March of Dimes or Planned Parenthood. There's other services that they also have, but Planned Parenthood and March of Dimes are the biggest ones. So if they want more and if they don't mind spending more money or they don't mind going to the group sessions, then they can funnel to those companies. But we just wanted to start as a basic education point.
Okay, well, that makes sense. And have you, since you started with, and you did the surveys in Lawrence.
Yes.
Have you talked to any of the community leaders in Lawrence about what you're pitching?
No, not yet.
Okay, that would be a great place to go, and get
Mhm.
some people on your side.
Yeah.
And make sure you don't have any opposition, because there's gonna be other angles, and they may be doing something on their own, you don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we talked with the program director of the YWCA, and she was very
Okay.
like, "This was so awesome!" Like,
Okay.
I
that's
don't
a
know if
good-
you
But
can
that's the
help.
chance we've got
Yeah,
so
that's
far.
yeah.
Okay. And I would suggest reaching out to community leaders to get their
Mhm.
input as well.
Yes.
Last question. All right, still
Okay.
go.
So, if you assume everyone's a rational actor and they're trying to like optimize their satisfaction or utility, your discount or coupon program is a very powerful tool that you've understated here, right? So in the past I've been poor, so I know what it's like to be poor and like be able and not be able to afford everything I wanted, and being able to save $20 or $10. Would be very powerful. So if you created a series of videos, and you could do the cheap videos like the Blair Witch type videos where they're authentic, not Blair Witch stand in a corner, but like with your iPhone, right, and say, "Hi, my name's Len Morgan. I'm a dad. Here's what my wife and I are doing, for our child." And you could almost say like, if you go through these 10 videos and answer the questions, then you get a credit for a coupon. And places like Target will give you 20% off, so you could purchase like gift cards. You could purchase $1,000 of gift cards, and then you would get the discount on those. So you could go to places, right, and that's where people are going to buy diapers or like little onesies for the babies or formula and stuff like that. So that would connect you with those sponsors in a way that also makes them kind of follow the rational actor model. Say like, oh, I'm going to get 1,000 people to come in here. This is interesting. Yes, I'm willing to work with with Baby Blueprint.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
very
everybody.
much. Thank you.